I've moved around a lot in my life, beginning around middle school. I've lived in multiple states throughout the US, and through it all, I feel like there's one big learning: how fragile friendships are. When you're seeing each other almost every day as a result of school, you're kind of forced to have these interactions. These interactions lead to people opening up and maybe friendships, but we are taken away from that context. It's like we're only a temporary existence. Not after long, you are entirely forgotten. Now, looking back, I feel like I could have done a better job at keeping in touch with friends who I was no longer able to see due to distance. Facebook was a thing already, and I could have definitely leveraged that, if not just through phone contacts. But at the same time, friendships are a two-way street. I struggle to recall anyone really reaching out to keep in touch. This includes friends that I hung out with after school as well, in person or through online video games. The same goes with friends that I met solely online, where I spent the vast majority of my hours. Once one side stops playing the common game we shared, the friendship fades quickly. I've also had people that I would consider to be my best friend at the time to turn on me or ghost me. When I was in elementary, I was good friends with another kid. We were best friends, I would say. And then when we both hit middle school, it was like I was no longer cool enough for him, and we just drifted apart afterwards. I had a friend from high school that I thought I was good friends with. He ghosted me after we got into an argument in game. And from my view, it wasn't even that bad of an argument. There was no yelling, maybe just some raised voices from both sides. Ultimately, I even apologized a short time after our argument. And I think it's a really sobering reality, and some might look at my situation and think, hey, that's an opportunity to meet a lot of people because you're moving around. And while I did meet a lot of people, I'm ultimately at a point where I'm not sure if I really even have a close friend. And I'm not that close to my family either. While it might be easy to meet new people when you're moving around, it's hard to actually keep those people in your life. Now, one thing my dad used to ask me is why I didn't have any friends. I always thought of it as ironic, as he was the one that put me in the position to be constantly on the move due to not being able to hold down a stable job. It's not like I wasn't able to make friends growing up. Each school I went to, I was able to make friends, but it's definitely hard to maintain those friendships when you're no longer interacting with them through school every week. And maybe that's saying something about those friendships. It's telling we are no longer naturally doing something, that you no longer continue doing so. Perhaps this means that those friendships didn't mean as much in the first place. I feel like through this experience, I've become somewhat antisocial. There's a lot of reasons that have contributed to this result, but I feel like, at least on a subconscious level, my experiences of moving and disappearing from people's worlds, I feel like a temporary existence, like a quick flash. And maybe vice versa. Other people are temporary existence in my world. I don't naturally go out of my way to make friends with people. I remember thinking about friendship as a time sink in the past as well. You know the whole humans are social animals saying. This is something that I've probably tried to deny, at least subconsciously, or consciously many times in the past, but I feel like I understand what this meant now. I think it's extremely important to be a part of communities at least. It doesn't have to be a friend group, it could be an online community of something that you have a hobby of, people that share something with you, especially if it struggles. It's also important to have at least someone or something rooting for you. I have something like a teddy bear that has been with me since my childhood. I consider it a forever companion. It has helped me much more than anyone could ever realize. I'm still not really sure where I'm going to be with friendships. I did have a recent thought of rekindling old friendships. It is a two-way street after all. But regardless, maybe I do feel a bit at peace with where I am in terms of relationships. I know I was able to get through my darkest hours with my existing support system. Maybe I'm already content and at peace, and I can only go from here. If you like this video, please like, comment, share, and/or subscribe with the notification to help me put out more videos. Thanks for listening, and take care for now.